Welcome back to Quinny Connection. So great to have Amelia on the show earlier about the Alzheimer's Society. Well, the need continues across the board, and joining us, the Executive Director with United Way Hastings Prince Edward, is Brandi Hodge. So Brandi, so great to have you back on the show as we're on our final push for that 2023 campaign.
We are. Thank you very much for having us on.
So Brandi, we hear a lot about the United Way. There's all sorts of campaigns, but it can be misunderstood. What exactly is the function of the United Way, especially the one here in Hastings and Prince Edward?
No, that's a great question. United Ways are often misunderstood. We're part of a really well-known brand, and we are a member of United Way Canada, of course, but we are a hyper-local organization. So United Way is a member of United Way Canada, but we're not United Way Canada. The funds that are raised in United Way Hastings and Prince Edward's catchment area stay in United Way Hastings and Prince Edward's catchment area. So the organizations that we're funding, in which are 42 of them, are all local organizations, and they're right from Picton to Bancroft, Belleville, Quinte West, Deseronto, Center Hastings, and we're making sure that the people who live here in our community are being well cared for by the donations that are offered. So yeah, it's really important that the community understands how local we are.
What is the goal, Brandi, and kind of when did the 2023 campaign get started initially?
The goal is to $2.2 million, and we officially launched the campaign in September of each year. But in all reality, in the last probably 5 or 10 years, it's been a year-round push for sure. But officially, we launched in September, and we closed January 31st of this month.
So we're in the final push. Procter & Gamble employees once again came up huge before the Christmas break with their substantial donation. Where are we at right now in terms of how much we need to meet that goal?
The dollar value is a little tight. We do projections this time of year because we have so many workplaces that are, running campaigns over the course of September, October, November, but have yet to report. And so we're projecting, what those totals are, and we know that, the trend is that they're dipping a little bit. Disposable income is a little harder to find right now for many families, and so supporting the campaign has been a bit of a challenge for folks in the workplace. So we're seeing a little trend in declines in giving in that way, but still a remarkably generous community as well. But we are definitely going to need a push to get us over that $2.2 million mark. And typically by now we have a pretty good feeling that we'll get to the goal in any given year, but this year is just a little more precarious than others.
How much have you raised so far?
We're probably about 92-93% of the way there, with some still to report. So if we close and we miss goal by any stretch, it's going to be by a very slim margin. We'll still have a record-breaking campaign this year. We know that. However, we also know that the need in the community is just unprecedented. And so every dollar literally that we can raise in the campaign is going to be put back into the community to help. So
let's talk about the need right now, because so many organizations, Humane Society is one that comes to mind that really is calling for additional funding. Let's talk about the application process with kind of how the money gets distributed to the community. Where were you at? Because applications have closed, I understand.
They have closed. Every year we launch an application process in October and November, and we close that in the early part of December. And the not-for-profit organizations in our community can apply for the funds that are raised through the United Way campaign. And that's a really important part of who we are and what we do. What we know this year is that that application process closed with over $1 million more in requests than what we were able to allocate last year. So the need is just growing exponentially. And we had, I think, 10 new organizations apply for funding this year. And in a typical year, we might see 1 or 2 new organizations apply. So I think, just like you said with the Humane Society, I think really every not-for-profit organization right now is trying to balance reduced resources with a rapid increase in demand for service. And, it's really hard to keep that up. It's probably not a sustainable trend that we're seeing. So,
where do you see this going forward, Brandi, especially as you continue to look at the numbers, hope for the best, and kind of adjust as we anticipate, the economy could get even slower?
Yeah, that's always, we're not even finished this campaign, but we're already starting to think a lot about next year's campaign. And, we do anticipate right from the time that the pandemic started, we were starting to anticipate more difficult fundraising environments. I think that we anticipated this year would be a harder year. We still launched our campaign with a goal that stretched us, to 2.2 million, but that was also because we recognize the need. If we were to raise all of the funds that were needed to support the requests from the agencies who are applying for those funds, we would need to raise $3.2 million just in order to balance that. So, we do expect that the next 3-5 years are going to be really difficult, but we also know that we live in a really remarkable community, and those who can help do. And we're going to have some hard times ahead of us for families who are living on the margins.
All the more important to get all the money out as quick as we can for that end of the 2023 campaign closing on January 31st. I understand there's going to be more opportunities for folks to donate. Your team will be at local grocery stores coming up in the next few weeks.
We do. In this time of year, when the year looks like we're going to be really close for the campaign goal, we do a final push. We don't do it every year. We actually haven't done it since I think 2019. But this year we are launching a final push. So our team is out literally in the community, every community, Picton, Bancroft, Belleville, Quinte West, Sterling. And we're going to be doing a give and go campaign where folks can just come in and literally, I think that people think that in order to make a difference in the community, they have to donate large amounts of money. And that's just not true. Literally every dollar counts. And we can take everybody's $1, $2, $5 and turn that into a $2.2 million campaign. And so, if anybody's out at the grocery stores in the community between now and the next 2 weeks, our teams will be there. All of the dates are available on our website. And we would love to see folks, even if it's just the change that you have in your console, for your coffees. If you can contribute that's really great. We're also launching 50/50 for the month of January to see if we can't get us over that $2.2 million mark.
How else can we donate, Brandi? You can still accept checks and everything else like that?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Checks our office is open 8:30 to 4:30 every day. So we love to meet our donors. That's not something that we always get to do anymore. And then of course online, right through our website, which is unitedwayhpe.ca. You get your receipt automatically on the website. It's a really easy process.
Well, Brandi Hodge, good luck going forward as that 2023 campaign closes on January 31st. So thanks again and good luck.
Thank you so very much.